Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Martine, and if you are new here, I do videos on Vedic astrology mainly, but also with some tropical insights, and I focus on both relationship and natal astrology. And if you like this video and you would like to hear more content from me, please like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And also, if you're interested in a personal consultation, I do consultations on a wide variety of topics. Please check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. Thank you. So today's video is going to be in continuation with the predictions for 2022 for the ascendant of Virgo. Okay, so the series, and this is for Virgo. Okay, so once again, as an introduction, I want to mention a few things. First of all, this is a general reading, okay, so I'm only going to be looking at the placements of a few planets, but if you want to get a more personalized prediction, you would have to get like a personal reading for that, because this is going to be largely varying based on your personal chart placements, okay? That being said, okay, once again, when it comes to the prediction for 2022, I have divided the year in 3 charts based on Jupiter and Saturn's sign placements, okay? Chart 1 phase is for Jupiter in Aquarius, Saturn in Capricorn, and it spans from January 1st to April 22nd, 2022. Chart 2 phase is for Jupiter in Pisces, Saturn in Aquarius, from around April 22nd to July 21st, 2022. Chart 3 will be for Jupiter in Pisces, Saturn in Capricorn, July 21st to December 31st, 2022. Okay. And once again, I have marked the aspects of the planets that I looked at with certain colors. So gray is for Saturn's aspects, yellow is for Jupiter's aspects, pink is for Rahu's aspects, okay? The rest of them I haven't really marked. Okay, and another thing is, another mention that I want to make as a kind of a disclaimer is that Rahu will actually enter Aries around the 3rd of April 2022, but in order to simplify the predictions, I set the chart 2 phase to start on April 22nd, but you might want to bear this in mind, okay? And another thing to bear in mind is that when I mention these dates, this is an approximation, because in order to get the actual placements of your transits, you have to also calculate a chart and take into account your specific location, your geographical coordinates, okay? So that's pretty much about it. So let's get into it. Chart 1 phase. The main emphasis, okay, for the chart 1 phase is the 5th house, okay? So Saturn sitting in the 5th house, this shows a lot of heaviness, a lot of transformation connected to the house of romance, education, creativity, and children. So if you already have children, this is going to be a time when there will be increased responsibility connected to your children. There could be some hardships, maybe either connected to your children or to your education, or maybe to your children's education. So something of an increased responsibility around this time, okay? And on the other hand, if you are looking for a romance, this is also a good time to meet someone who is going to be a potential long-term partner. But in order to actually see if this is true, you would have to see more detailed analysis and also take into account other placements in the chart. But just based on the Saturn aspecting the 5th house, this is a good time to meet someone, okay? Another thing is that you want to be careful with respect to any investments that you might make. So if you want to invest during this time, you have to be as thorough as possible and not leave anything to chance. Basically, do not count too much on your luck during this time, and instead try to be as thorough and as meticulous as possible. Another thing that you will definitely have to work hard for financial gains, okay? But you will be rewarded according to your effort. So the more you work, the more reward you will get financially. Jupiter in the 6th house shows that you're going to have good relations to your subordinates, your pets, your co-workers. However, you might want to watch out not to become too self-indulgent or to relax too much when it comes to competition, because you might be outperformed at work by your competitors because you might become too tolerant, too self-indulgent, okay, with your daily routine and your job and your responsibilities, okay? So basically, don't relax too much around this, because you know, not everybody will be as well-meaning and as tolerant as you will be. Jupiter aspects the 12th house, through which shows that if you leave a job, whether you want to or you will be pressured to, you are likely going to get monetary compensations. Jupiter in the 6th aspecting the 12th also shows that you will need to study things connected to health, medicine, spirituality. And also, you're probably going to feel the need to change up your everyday routines. Rahu in the 9th house shows that you will be drawn to New Age knowledge, and including things like astrology, and could also show that you might find some mentors of foreign origin coming into your life around this time. You will also have a strong urge to travel and study foreign cultures, travel to and study foreign cultures. You will tend to easily attract attention to yourself during this time, and you can decide to change your appearance maybe in an unusual way. Ketu in the 3rd house shows that there will be some issues involving neighbors and or younger siblings. Relations with these people could become colder, detached. Worst case scenario, there could even be illness or even the death of someone within these categories. Your communication style can also become a little bit unclear, or you might get into conflicts or unpleasant situations due to potential misunderstandings. Your mind at this time will be particularly intuitive, and you could get insights and success in theoretical fields. Okay. Checking the notes. Chart 2 phase. Let's see. Right, so the chart 2 phase, which is from around April 22nd until July 21st, 2022, Saturn will be in the 6th house this time, which will make it rough with respect to competition and work, as well as potentially give issues related to your pets and your health. On the plus side, you will be more disciplined. You will find it easier to be disciplined around these areas, okay? You might go through health issues due to like your bad habits in the past, but as long as you stay diligent with respect to your treatment or doctor's recommendations, they should clear. Children might somehow affect your work negatively. You will be required somehow potentially to learn something new for your job if you are an employee. Jupiter in the 7th shows that this is a good time for you. Again, basically this entire year for you is actually a good time for you to meet significant long-term partners and or get married if you are already in a relationship. So Jupiter in the 7th will reinforce this. Your mother and your home will somehow potentially interfere in your marriage or long-term partnership, or your business if you have one. This is also a good time to move in with a potential long-term partner or buy a home together. Rahu in the 8th house shows that you might be interested in learning foreign languages and or occult science and psychology. It could be that you are actually pushed to learn a foreign language for your work, which kind of goes hand in hand with the idea that you might have to work. You might have to learn something new for your work. And you will easily be quite diligent about this too. On the other hand, if you are working in research, this is a good time, meaning when Rahu is in Aries, this is a good time for breakthroughs and progress in research. Ketu in the 2nd house shows that you will feel more detached from the family of origin around this time. You will be particularly self-motivated during this time, especially by your spouse and your work. Okay, this is pretty much it. Chart 3 phase. So chart 3 phase is basically like a combination of the first and the second, because you have, well, partially, okay. Can I just say that the chart 3 phase is probably the best time for you to actually meet someone. So in terms of romantic relationships and or marriage, this is the best period for you to either meet someone or to tie the knot, or to move in with someone if you have been in a relationship for a long time. Because you have both the 5th house and the 7th house activated by Saturn and, by transits. I'm not necessarily by Saturn, but by Jupiter. Okay, so, yeah, actually, yes, by Saturn. I was looking at the wrong chart. Yes, so Saturn in the 5th house, Jupiter in the 7th. So this is definitely the best time for relationships, okay? Jupiter in the 7th shows good relations with the long-term partner as well, so if you are in a relationship, and also helps with career opportunities and business opportunities if you have your own business. Gains in your career and social contacts will also be likely because of the aspect to the 11th house. So when I say gains, this means mainly financially, okay? Gains because of your professional life, as a result of your efforts and your social status, I mean. Rahu in the 8th house again will continue the themes that I mentioned previously in the second house, in the second chart phase. So again, with the interest in foreign languages and all that, in occult sciences. It also, Rahu in the 8th can also make you like take on loans, or like you will have a tendency to maybe get into debt, so be careful about that, because the Rahu is not a particularly favorable influence for your ascendant. So if you're thinking about taking on loans, this is probably not the best time. So you either want to postpone them, or at least be very careful about any loans that you might get into. Okay, don't make any like crazy decisions. Sorry about that background noise. If you can hear it, that's the heater. Okay, 11th house, right, I mentioned. Okay, so this is definitely just an overall good time for business, because of all the positive aspects on the 5th, the 11th, and the 7th. These are all houses of business, and because of the Saturn and Jupiter. So this is a time to construct something solid, or if you are thinking of starting some kind of a side hustle, this is a good time. And also, this is a good time. It can be a good time for investments, but you have to be really careful and not leave anything to chance. Okay. Other things, this is pretty much it. I think I have covered everything. Yep. So this has been pretty much it, and I hope you have enjoyed it. Please comment in the comment section with any feedback that you might want to give, and any questions that you might want to ask. And also, if you liked it, please like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and please continue to watch the ads to support my channel for free. And also, if you're interested in a personal consultation, I do consultations on a wide variety of topics. Please check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. Thank you.